Well, today, February the 28th, United States President Donald Trump and DPRK Chairman Kim Jong-un are set to resume their talks in Hanoi as the second DPRK USA summit will officially kickstart in less than an hour.
And the summit will be a historical breakthrough over ending North Korea's nuclear program, the DPRK's nuclear program, but it still takes a while to get there. And how about the atmosphere now in Hanoi? Joining me now is VTV reporter Hoài Lương with the latest updates ahead of this important event. Good morning, Lương. How is it on the streets right now?
Good morning. Here on Nguyen Chi Thanh Street, one of the main streets that is set to be blocked off at a particular time during the day following the travel schedule of the two high-ranking delegations. Security have been tightened and police have been here since 5:30 in the morning. According to our source from the Ministries of Foreign Affairs, the two leaders of the United States and DPRK are set to meet with each other in just about 30 minutes, and then at 9 a.m. the DPRK USA Second Summit will officially get started at Metropole Hotel in Hanoi. For a few days now, Hanoi's several streets have been blocked off to make way for U.S. DPRK high-ranking delegation, and multiple streets are set to be closed down even more strictly this morning from 6 a.m. to 11 a.m., especially those areas around Hoan Kiem Lake and Metropole Hotel. Street being blocked, of course, this will cause inconvenience to the local people's daily life. However, I have noticed that people are rather excited ahead of the summit.
So, Lương, on the summit agenda, what to expect during the day?
Well, according to the Ministries of Foreign Affairs, the summit between the two high-ranking delegations is expected to last until lunchtime, and then a press conference is expected to take place during the afternoon. And well, we will see what happened later today and what will be the final results of the summit, which is expected to come out this afternoon. Back to the studio.
Well, thank you very much, Hoài Lương.
So, Thùy Linh, there will be a press conference held today to announce the outcome of the meeting between the two leaders, right?
Yes, there's expected to have a press conference later today. But as of now, it appears that the two leaders may sign a peace declaration symbolically ending the Korean War and agree to a deal in which the USA lifts some sanctions on DPRK in exchange for a commitment from Chairman Kim to close down a key nuclear facility. But that deal is not finalized and could change. Everything now is still unclear and will officially be confirmed through a joint statement by the two sides. There have been positive signs from both sides, and we can definitely hope for a good outcome in just a few hours. But prior to the official meeting between the two leaders, around 6:30 p.m. yesterday, U.S. President Donald Trump and DPRK Chairman Kim Jong-un had their one-on-one meeting during the DPRK USA Hanoi Summit. The historical moment took place at the Sofitel Legend Metropole Hotel in Hanoi.
U.S. President Donald Trump and DPRK Chairman Kim Jong-un had their historic handshake, which was witnessed by numerous international reporters. U.S. President Donald Trump said that he expects a very successful meeting.
We can pass through every barrier, and we are present here today.
Well, I want to just say it's an honor to be with Chairman Kim. It's an honor to be together in really a country, Vietnam, where they've really rolled out the red carpet, and they're very honored to have us. And it's great to be with you. We had a very successful first summit, and I think this one hopefully will be equal or greater than the first. And we made a lot of progress, and I think the biggest progress was our relationship is really a good one. I think that your country has tremendous economic potential, unbelievable, unlimited. And I think that you will have a tremendous future with your country, a great leader. And I look forward to watching it happen and helping it to happen. And we will help it to happen.
During the DPRK USA Hanoi Summit, the two countries will discuss issues on denuclearization on the Korean Peninsula, ending sanctions for the DPRK, building a long-term peace on the Korean Peninsula, and normalizing the two countries' relations.
After their one-on-one meeting, U.S. President Donald Trump and DPRK Chairman Kim Jong-un had dinner at Sofitel Legend Metropole Hanoi. At the dinner, the U.S. President Trump said that nothing like having a nice private dinner. And the DPRK Chairman Kim said that he had a nice meeting with U.S. President Donald Trump.
So, Tweeling, that's the goodwill from the United States President and DPRK Chairman, which continues from their first summit in Singapore last June. So, this second summit is expected to bring about good results.
Just before leaving for Vietnam, U.S. President Donald Trump expressed his optimism as well as his expectations that the DPRK would become a country with a developed economy without nuclear weapons.
Very, very good relationship. And we're going to have, I think, a very interesting 2.5 days in Vietnam. And we have a chance for the total denuclearization of an area of the world that was very dangerous. No testing, there's no rockets, there's no nuclear testing, and we get along well, very well. So it'll be very interesting to say, and as I tell Chairman Kim, he has a chance to have a country that is so vibrant economically, maybe one of the most in the world. He's got a location that's unbelievable. As a real estate person, I've always done very well with location. But he's right between China, Russia, and then on the other side, South Korea. So they can't touch each other unless they go through North Korea. And I say, you have one of the greatest locations. They have incredible people, hardworking people, smart, energetic, and I think it can be really one of the great financial and economic countries anywhere in the world.
The DPRK also expressed strong messages about Pyongyang's willingness to create a new chapter of history. This is according to an article on the Rodong Sinmun newspaper of the Workers' Party of Korea, which was posted ahead of the summit. The article stated that the DPRK would foster relations with countries that respect its sovereignty and friendliness, regardless of their differences and social systems. The country also emphasized its willingness to cancel its nuclear tests and destroy its missiles and nuclear testing sites. These steps show that Pyongyang is willing to build lasting peace in the region. It also shows that the country's leaders want to cooperate with the international community.
So it can be said that Pyongyang first expressed its willing to build peace with international community and the United States in particular since their first summit last year in Singapore.
Yes, Dai Chiang, I think that in order to have a better understanding of the expected outcome of this meeting, we need to review what have been achieved during the first summit in Singapore that paved the way for the second summit in Hanoi. And this will help us understand more about the expectations set by the both sides.
Today, we've made a historic dialogue. We've decided to leave the past behind, and we will be signing a historic agreement.
I think our whole relationship with North Korea and the Korean Peninsula is going to be a very much different.
The two countries are committed to establishing new relations in accordance with the desire of the peoples for peace and prosperity. They will work together to build a stable and peaceful regime on the Korean Peninsula. The DPRK is committed to working towards completing the denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula. The U.S. and the DPRK are committed to recovering the prisoner of war and missing in action remains, including the immediate repatriation of those who have already been identified. There were also many meetings between U.S. and DPRK officials in 2018. The meetings on February the 27th and 28th between U.S. President Donald Trump and DPRK Chairman Kim Jong-un are believed to be the most critical step since their first summit in Singapore.
While the second DPRK USA Summit in Hanoi is the first international event of its kind to be held in Vietnam.
Yes, after hosting a number of events, Vietnam has made a significant progress with regards to hosting important foreign affairs events and has drawn much attention from the global media. This has contributed to improving the role and position of Vietnam around the world.
In 1997, the 7th Francophone Summit was held in Hanoi. This was the first multilateral international summit that Vietnam had ever hosted. Despite difficulties related to facilities and experience, Vietnam hosted the event successfully and left a good impression among the international community.
It was an opportunity for Vietnam to learn about hosting international summits. Vietnam grew from this and has proven its capability. At that time, Vietnam showed its hospitality, even though there were many difficulties.
Since then, Vietnam has hosted nearly 30 regional, inter-regional, and global events. 8 of those events were summits, such as ASEAN Summit in 2004, ASEAN Summit in 2010, and APEC Summits in 2006 and 2017.
Since 2017, Vietnam has been improving its capacity from hosting international events to coordinating such events. The APEC region has faced a number of challenges, and Vietnam has helped build cooperation among its members.
Experts say that the DPRK USA Hanoi Summit shows a new side of Vietnam's capability to initiate ideas and have resolved key issues of humanity, namely peace and international mediation.
It's difficult to address an issue that has lasted for 7 decades and involved parties who used to confront each other. However, in Vietnam, they may find it more favorable. They believe Vietnam will create a constructive environment and make responsible contributions.
Vietnam has made contributions in not just economic development and cooperation, but also in promoting peace. This requires both hosting and coordinating capabilities. In fact, Vietnam should contribute ideas regarding mediation to both countries.
Vietnam has left a remarkable impression on the international community for its strong desire for peace. The world is now witnessing Vietnam become a place where peace can be nurtured. This has built up trust when it comes to Vietnam's foreign affairs policies and has helped improve Vietnam's position in the world.